What is up, YouTube? This is Joe with Teamshitbox here. Come here to talk to you guys about not only Dragon Chaos, but as you guys all know, WCQs are coming up pretty soon in Columbus within the next couple weeks, and I believe that Dragon Chaos. This is the deck that's probably going to be the most prevalent there. I mean, there will be insectors and other things. But I wanted to come to you guys with some tips and everything on going up against this deck, because I know it's tough to combat this and all that stuff. So we're gonna go over side to this, and just side decking in general, because let's be honest, that is what makes decks. I mean, you can go as cookie cutter as you'd like with Dino Rabbit and all that nonsense, but side decking is where you really need to be focused on if you want to succeed, because what you side in, what you side out can very well determine how you end up in a tournament. And WCQs, you definitely want to be at your best. So yeah, let's talk about Dragon Chaos for a little bit. The idea with this deck is, Future Fusion, get all this stuff, late Pulsar, Recycles, Red Eyes MD. As you guys know, I'm not going to go into that. But siding against it is kind of tough. You look at cards like, Shadow, Imprisoning Mirror, which you can easily side in against Insectors. I mean, look back to Atlanta. There was an Evil's deck that actually main deck in Shadow, Imprisoning Mirror, and it topped. It's actually a really good side decking card, but like you look at the Dragon Chaos, the biggest thing you hit in that is the Red Eyes MD, which doesn't completely destroy the combos, because you still get, your BLS, your Light Pulsar. You get a lot of these cards that, aren't affected by that still bring a lot of power to the table. Not to even to mention the Lightsworn engine that they tend to run that, can still get their milling engines off and allow them to still bring out Chaos Monsters. So, I mean, it's pretty tough. Let's go into some things. My best bet I think you have for side decking against Dragon Chaos is Imperial Iron Wall. Don't main deck this. It's not one of those situations where you can really main deck this card, because, I mean, it would be bold, I'll say that, but I don't think you'll really get anywhere quick with it being mained. Because otherwise, if you're not playing that, it's kind of a dead card. If you run up against Insectors or Windups, it's kind of a dead card. And you don't want that, especially going into WCQs. You're going to see a lot of good players there who will know how to deal with that. And will definitely take advantage of you having dead cards. But when you're looking at Dragon Chaos, this seriously stops all Chaos Monsters. It says no to, it says no to Light Pulsar, it says no to a lot of things. Granted, it doesn't take care of your Red Eyes MDs, but if you can stop that Chaos engine, which, is what it's all about. You see decks running 3 Light Pulsar, 3 Dark Flares, 2 Chaos Sorcerers, and a BLS. That's a serious load of Chaos Monsters. And if you take that out and leave them with the 2 Boss Monsters of 2 or 3 Red Eyes MDs, like, you're in pretty good shape. So, this is going to be my best way to combat these. Yeah, you could go with, DD Crows and stuff. Or, even another good tech that I'm probably going to be running 2 of is Electric Virus. This card takes care of Lagias. It takes care of, Red Eyes MDs. If you can steal that, especially in the mirror match, man, if you just ditch this to take control of a Red Eyes MD, bring back your own guys, there's a lot of stuff you can do with Electric Virus. I think it's a really good tech. Not even necessarily a tech. I think it could be ran in a lot of side decks. I think you'll see it ran in a lot of side decks when you get down to Columbus. So, but let's talk about some other decks here while we're at it. Get rid of this nonsense. Some decks that I'm seriously worried about. I think Insectors are going to have some pretty big plays this WCQ. They've just been building and building and building. And you might see Hieratic Dragons because they have the shock factor. A lot of people really don't know how to play against that, and they have some pretty big monsters in there as well. And I seem to think that boss monsters are the name of the game right now in the game. The more boss monsters you can have, the better. So, aside from Insectors and Windups, but let's be honest, Windups haven't even won a YCS, haven't really, done anything, so I can't see them winning the WCQ, the National. I can't see them winning that at all. But let's talk about Insectors, because I think that they will really compete pretty well. And I mean, as you all know, the Insector engine, I mean, there's a couple different ways to run it. I mean, you have the Hopper Ladybug kind. I mean, if you really want to go into Exostag and all that fun stuff, I mean, you can. But I honestly think the most consistent way to run it is with 3 Dragonflies, 3 Centipede, 3 Hornet. So, but the biggest thing, I will side deck this day in and day out against Insectors, and it seriously shuts down the decks, is Double Chain Disappearance. This card is phenomenal. I mean, I've had guys literally scoop when I flip this card over. I mean, you get rid of 3... If you get rid of all 3 Dragonflies or all 3 Hornets, I mean, they don't have anything left to do. I mean, the Hornet is the engine itself, but I mean, you get rid of Dragonfly and there goes a combo, you know? There goes one combo that's one of the biggest ones in the deck. So like I said, yeah, I've had guys scoop to this, which is pretty impressive. And for those of you guys playing Insectors, a great card to, like, avoid this happening to you is Trap Stun. I really like Trap Stun as a card. A teammate of ours is actually running Insectors, and I'm assuming he'll probably side in 2 Trap Stuns. Because, I mean, very few times in the game is there a single card that can crush an entire deck. This card wins the game against Insectors, in my opinion. The only way that you can see it otherwise is if they overcommit. Not necessarily overcommit, but like you have to go through the whole pain of bringing out Leviair. You have to hope that your Insector monsters stay on the field. Bring out Leviair, bring back a Hornet or a Dragonfly, and sit another turn before you can even use it. So, I mean, this is a one for God knows how many, because I mean it strictly wins you games. Also good against windups. Also good against Dino Rabbit. This, I mean, I'll side probably 2 of these in against Dino Rabbit. I mean, essentially, since priority is gone, I'm running 3 Effect Veilers is probably one of the best things you can do for Dino Rabbit. Just mainboarding. Mainboarding 3 Effect Veilers, I think, is what I'm going to end up doing anyway. Just because, you know, it stops big plays. It's a really, really good card. And, I mean, the availability of it is pretty high. So, I mean, it's not really, really hard to get for you guys trying to go on a budget. So, yeah, I mean, and, you know, stops Tour Guide, stops Dino Rabbit. Oh, this also stops Tour Guide, which is fantastic. 2, I mean, there's not many decks that are based around it, but Tour Guide is ran in every deck, thus it's making this a very, very viable card. But yeah, guys, so just remember, side decking is your biggest thing. I mean, if you're kind of in the idea of running a stun deck, Fossil Dyna is definitely the best thing, because as long as you aren't in a heavy special summoning deck, I mean, even in Insectors, you could run those Fossil Dynas and seriously crush opponents, because, I mean, you look at Dino Rabbit, you look at Windup, you look at Dragon Chaos, Erratics. I mean, there's a lot of special summoning today. I mean, and that's what's making Trap Hole such a viable card. I was surprised to actually see the price of that card going up, especially with, I mean, it wasn't like an incredibly expensive card to begin with, but, I mean, when priority was gone, it definitely helped the price of Trap Hole and brought the playability of Trap Hole back. So, I mean, there's a lot of mix in the games today. But when you get to YCQs, you're going to see a lot of really, really skillful players. And they're going to be, I think this is going to be the most prevalent deck that everybody needs to worry about is Dragon Chaos. It's consistent, it's fast. I mean, it doesn't necessarily need an answer for you because it just runs you down. If you have an answer for one Light Pulsar, they have another Light Pulsar. If you have an answer for Red Eyes Darkness Metal, they have, you know, there's just so many things that go into this. And I mean, God forbid you let Future Fusion go off and they get that 5,000 beater out on the field. But, guys, please, if you have any comments about this, please let us know. I'd love to hear about it, guys. Hopefully I see some of you guys at WCQs. Teammate of ours, Chris, got his invite. I might just join him going, trying to get those LCQs, last chances, get in those 16-man regionals. And if not, I mean, there's so many events there, so I encourage you guys to go. It's a really, really fun event. I mean, just think of YCSs, and it's like it beats them by tenfold. So, I mean, yeah. So please, guys, rate, comment, subscribe, give us some feedback. We love to hear your feedback. And oh, can I give I'll give a quick shout out to Sayers13. he's getting some serious views and everything. I really like his videos, and he's got a lot of good content, guys, so please go check him out. Always like to give people support. But yeah, thanks for watching. This is Joe from Team Shitbox signing off. Yeah, guys, take it easy. I'll see you guys around next time. Hopefully, hey, if you see me at Columbus, please come say hi. We'll get you guys interviewed and all sorts of fun stuff. So we'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.